K-Pop Demon Slayers is the newest Sony animated feature film to come out on Netflix. A world-renowned K-pop girl group balance their lives in the spotlight with their secret identities as demon hunters. Sony Animated Pictures has been a studio of hits and misses. For a good while since their inception, they churned out some of the most forgettable and some of the worst animated films of all time, but have also brought us some genuine classics. Movies like Arthur Christmas or the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs films, all being pretty good. One of my favorite early Sony Animated Pictures films is Surf's Up, which is this mockumentary about penguin surfing, and I genuinely thought that movie was really solid with great humor, great emotional beats. But still, Sony is considered at the time like one of the lesser animated studio pictures from a big studio. That is until Spider-Verse changed the game and they brought us Spider-Verse movies, Mitchells vs. the Machines, and they're getting a sequel, and now we have K-Pop Demon Hunters. And how does this fare? It fares with Spider-Verse and Mitchells vs. the Machines. This movie was genuinely great. I thought this was a visual treat to watch, with very engaging characters and a soundtrack that slapped so hard it makes me wish that Disney will put this much effort into their songs and how they tie in very well with the story. Now, to start off with the positives, I'm gonna say this and praise the hell out of it. The visuals in the animation is beautiful. It is vibrant, it is colorful. Whenever we go to these musical segments, there's always something interesting going on with the story and the characters that the movie does a good job at expressing. And all these concert scenes where the demon hunters are singing and the visuals go wild. It is very expressive and vibrant and honestly beautiful. Like, the animation here is top notch. It has a bit of an anime style to it as well, where they're not like phased at giving these characters very expressive face gestures, and honestly they're very silly, but they really do fit the fun tone of this film, of this environment. In many ways I did feel like I was watching an anime of sorts. Like, this is the closest to a 3D anime gone right I think we'll get, but honestly I just thought this was a visual treat to watch. This was a beautiful looking movie. I thought the characters were also really good. The demon hunters themselves are really engaging characters. Rumi, who is the main vocalist of this K-pop group, was a really engaging character to me. I really liked her story and how she has a secret that she's trying to hide from her friends, but the only person who's able to really understand her is the main vocalist of the boy band group that they're going up against, the Saja Boys. And how these two characters connect with one another in their past, I thought was very engaging and really emotionally impactful. That while it did not make me cry, I did feel genuine emotion for these characters and what they're going through, to the point where whenever we get to that final act, it actually feels very distressing how everything is supposed to turn out one way but it didn't go that way because of the stranglehold that the main antagonist has from himself, because he had like a terrible past that he's trying to run away from and has trouble being able to open himself up to others, as he's constantly told that everything that was done wrong in his life was his fault. And that is true, but there is a part of himself that truly wants to be able to express that to someone, for someone to be able to understand him, yet still accept him for who he truly is. He just has a facade that he's covering up with. so does the main character. And it's really about these two characters trying to learn to be able to bring down that fake version of themselves and be who you truly are. And I think that kind of message that the film is trying to go for here actually was really well implemented with the story and the emotions of the characters, to the point where whenever we do get to that final singing act of the film, it had probably one of my favorite musical segments of any animated film for a long time. I don't think I felt this much emotion from an animated film's music since Encanto. And that was like 2021, I believe. So yeah, genuinely a few years since I was able to feel real emotions from an animated musical. As for the other demon hunters, Mira and Zoe are really fun characters as well. Mira has trouble being able to open herself up truthfully to everyone and being able to accept a new family. And Zoe is very expressive and outlandish and is just trying to have as much fun with everyone as she possibly can. And they're really engaging characters. They're really fun to watch, and their banter with one another as well as with our main character is all really well done. You really do feel like this is a group of three friends that love their art, love what they do, and do care for one another. If I were to have any flaws with this film, it will have to be that we don't get as much time as I hoped we would with these characters, being able to just sit down and talk things out, especially with Zoe. I felt like there could have been a lot more stuff emotionally done with her. But my biggest issue with this film has to be its pacing. While it is not a badly paced film, at times it can go a bit too fast, and there are some scenes where I felt like we were missing something with the emotional weight, how there might be a scene or two that I feel with the characters and an adult figure in their lives in the past being put into this film, that I felt like it could have probably used a scene or two more to just flesh out the pacing a bit, have us get to know the characters a bit more deeply. All in all, while this is not like terribly paced film, it is going a bit too fast at times, and I felt like the movie could have slowed down a bit to just give us more character interactions. But all in all, K-Pop Demon Hunters was a really fun animated feature film with great visuals, great characters, a fantastic score and set of songs. Like, all the songs here were done beautifully, not just with the visuals and the animation going on with these musical segments, but the songs themselves are catchy as hell. Like, I did listen to a good amount of them after the movie was over, so that should tell you that the movie did a good job with its musical elements here, and it never felt like it was out of place of the story, and it all served the story very well. Nothing felt out of place. I just felt like we could have gone a little bit more time with the characters, and that the movie could have slowed down a little bit. But all in all, I thought K-Pop Demon Hunters was a really good animated feature film, and I'm going to give it an A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.